Good evening, morning, afternoon, freaks and geeks, and welcome back. At this point of recording, I actually had like a few views on my personal stories, and I think that's kind of cool. I would like to take this time to thank everyone for their support on my Rob Dyke video. I am hoping I'd win, but with looking at like the competition, I've seen quite a few people that could really benefit from the packs he's handing out. I'm not really going to do shoutouts on them. However, I will go through again and like the videos that I like, because I forgot to do that. I'm sorry. I've also subscribed to a couple people so far, and I plan on subscribing to more people, because YouTube is a weird medium to compete in. I say compete as, like, I use the word loosely. But I've noticed, and I'm going to, like, go more in depth in this in a actual, like, more produced video, but each person has their own style, and I think that's really awesome. So, on to today's video. Today I am doing personal, awesome pranks that I pulled off. I know all these seem kind of like egotistical, I guess you could say. But like I had said yesterday, there's some flack going around, not flack, but anyway, there's some stuff going around about people, or at least one person. Anyway, you've probably seen the video. So I'm doing personal stories right now. If you actually want me to read your guys' stories, I will. So, on to my current story. Sorry, I'm still tired. So, my first one that I'm going to tell. We started watching The Ring. No, I'm wrong. Yes, The Ring. I'm sorry, we watched The Ring and Signs on the same day. And Signs involved crop circles, so. Anyway, we were watching The Ring. I'm definitely editing that out. We were watching The Ring, and while the opening credits were rolling, I decided to tell people a story, a false story, about how one of my friends had went and saw the movie in the theaters. And when he left the theater, his friend called him, not knowing he was at the theater, and said 7 days, and then hung up. So my fake friend had went insane thinking that he was actually going to die within 7 days. Until 7 days later, his friend admitted it was him. How did he not see the caller ID? Well, that was simple. His friend used a program that allowed you to either mask your number or call as a different number. So he called it caller unknown. So, anyway. So we watched the movie. I reminded him about my story a couple times throughout the movie. And I was on the floor, and I had my cell phone on me. I bumped my friend that was sitting next to me. I said, "Psst, hey, what I want you to do, when the movie's done, take my phone, go into the bathroom, and call the landline." And we didn't have caller ID on the landline, so it was perfect. So, movie was done. My friend jumps up. I gotta go really bad. He goes into the bathroom and everybody's like, I gotta pee too. So he waited a few minutes, called my house phone. My younger brother answered, and all my friends said, well, 7 days? And when the phone rang, everybody laughed. They're like, oh, this is so ironic. And I'm sitting there thinking, no, it's not. And So we joked that it was going to be someone that called 7 days, and then my brother had this look on his face like, oh my god. And he slowly turns to everybody, and my second friend goes, don't tell me. He goes, it just said 7 days. He hung up, and he's all freaking out. My friend took a few minutes in the bathroom, and he comes out, and he's like, alright, next. Everybody looks at him. They were like, Jay, did you just prank called us? I couldn't hold it any longer. I burst out like hysterical laughing, and everybody knew what happened. And then my friend handed me my phone back, so that confirmed that, yes, the two of us pranked the called them. So that was a pretty freaking awesome prank. Alright, the second prank. Oh my god, this one was ingenious. The short story is, this was a revenge prank. A couple of my friends pranked me so hard, and it was believable. And I have a slight annoyance about people breaking out the Ouija board on Halloween. Halloween rolls around. Guess what they did? Broke out the Ouija board. So the night before that, because I knew they were going to do the Ouija board, I was up late night and everyone was asleep. So I grabbed the recorder. I walked up the steps, making sure the recorder was right by my feet while I was walking up the steps. I made some low, moans, like a ghost. I rattled a few things. Made some horrible crunching noises with, a carrot. And to top off the recording, I screamed. Like bloody murder screamed. Surprised I didn't wake anybody up. But when that was done, the next day I hid the recorder in a vent. The vent went up into my room and then up into my brother's room. So, of course, they broke out the Ouija board, and I suggested, because I didn't want anything to do with the Ouija board, that they do it upstairs in my brother's room, and they agreed. So they're sitting there, and this was after the 9/11 attack, so they're trying to contact some spirits from the trade centers, and I personally apologize if me talking about the 9/11 has made you angry, sad. I apologize. I did not want to, pick at any scabs. Alright? So, they're trying to contact some spirits. And I think I can just edit that out when I go to editing. And the funny thing is, my younger brother was sitting directly on the vent. It was like a floor vent. So he started hearing some noises, and he heard whispering when they asked a question, so he started to get a little freaked out. The tape was approximately 30 minutes long, and this was the kind of recorder that does not repeat. It's really old-fashioned. So I had to continuously running down the basement every 30 minutes to start the tape recorder from the beginning, and I upped the volume each time I did it. I was actually surprised they didn't hear the scream the first 2 times, but the third time, it was pretty loud. And I believe it was my younger brother that asked, "How did you die?" Right when he finished that, he heard the scream, loud, coming directly behind him. Everyone freaked out. It was beautiful. So, when they started freaking out, I secretly ran into the basement, grabbed the recorder, stopped it, put it in my pocket, and went back upstairs. They didn't know I went down there. My friend was like, I don't believe this is really happening. I don't believe it's real. He looks at me, and he's like, I think you had something to do with that. And I was like, I was up here the whole time. And I was like, and how can I do that scream in the vent? Or not the vent, but in the room. So he figured it was probably through the vent, and he went downstairs to check the vent to see if I put anything there or something. But of course, I already grabbed the recorder, so he came back upstairs, and I'm trying to pass off that I didn't believe them. That there was actually a screen. I'm like, you guys are trying to freak me out, and that's not happening. I know, like, they know that I didn't like Ouija boards. But, especially on Halloween. But he was convinced that I was pranking them. And he was right. I did not even, like, confirm it. But they knew. Eventually, they figured out that I did something. And they chased me out of the house and locked the door. And I was like, oh, come on, guys. But it was beautiful that I was able to get my friends and my brothers back for the pranks they pulled. So, those are my awesome pranks. I do have a story about a prank call, but I'm saving that for tomorrow. So, if you want to see the prank calls, tune in tomorrow. Subscribe if you want to see that when it gets up. And until next time, stay white and nerdy. Bye-bye. I can't stop it.